Hey my loves, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing so well. And to the first timers, you are warmly welcome. Kindly subscribe so that you will always be the first to get notified when I post a video. Today we are going to make Ghana Palm Nut Soup, Abenkwan, or Banga soup as our friends and Nigerians will call it. I'm going to take you through the ingredients, and this is a beginner friendly recipe, so you will be able to make it by yourself. So I already have my marinated meat, that's the lamb. I have my onions, I have my tomato, pepper, ginger. Let's put it on the fire, let it steam in its own juice for about 15 minutes. And I'm going to add a bit of water to, build up the juice or increase the quantity of water I want to have in my saucepan or my pot to make my soup. I'm going to cover it. As that is cooking, I'm going to prep my palm paste or the palm fruit that I'll be using. I'm using Nkwan, and what I would normally do, or I usually do, is to put the fresh paste in a saucepan, add hot water or warm water, stir it, make sure it all loosens up, and then I allow that to sit for some time. This helps all the particles, unwanted particles, to settle at the bottom of the liquid or the base that we're going to use for our soup. And checking on our meat, it's done, it's still cooking, but at this point I'm just taking out the tomato, pepper, ginger, and I'm going to blend everything and reintroduce that into the already steaming meat. I would be happy if you can tell me where you're watching from. If you're watching from Ghana, just say hi. If you are in London, hi. And the rest of the world, let me know where you are watching from. And thank you for always supporting me on this journey. God bless you. So I'm just going to add tomato puree to my sauce as a meat sauce and allow that to steam for a while whilst I go blend my tomato and the pepper that I took out of the pot. The spices that I used to marinate my meat, I used ginger, garlic, aniseed, rosemary. I also added other seasoning, all-purpose seasoning, to that as well. So just go for your preferred seasoning, okay? I normally love to go with the natural seasoning or the herbs, but you can also add any preferred seasoning. So here we have our blended pepper. I'm straining it. I always love to strain my peppers when I blend it for soup, because I just don't want to end up with very thick soup. I want a lighter consistency. You can go ahead and pour it straight into your soup once you blend it, but I always want to strain mine just like I'm doing in the video, and you can see the residue at the end of it. If we were making light soup, this would be the same process. We would have almost gotten to the finishing point of it. But this is palm nut soup, it's the same recipe. Okay, so we can see our soup base is cooking beautifully. Now I'm gonna introduce my palm base, which I already mixed and allowed to settle. Again, I'm straining it. I don't want to pour it straight into my soup base or my meat on the fire that is already cooking, I always want to strain, because sometimes you could have surprises in there, so it's just good to strain. Again, you might end up having some of the chaff from the palm fruits, so it's just good to strain so that at least every or any unwanted particle will be collected in your strainer. One tip, I always like to have my hot water set aside, so as I cook, I'm using the hot water. Any point that I need to add water, I'm adding my hot water instead of room temperature water or cold water. Why? This helps to reduce cooking time, because once it goes in there, it cooks faster. It saves you electricity as well. And the tip, you may ask, why did I put the ladle on there? Like I mentioned in one of my videos, it helps to prevent the soup from boiling over. So here we've just checked on our soup. I'm adding stock cube, just one, to the soup. It's optional. You can just stick to, the natural seasoning. I also added a bit more of my natural herbs. That's a ginger, garlic, aniseed, rosemary. I added it. Now, if you're a lover of iodine fruits, precursor, at this point, you can add that to your soup. Okay, I've also added my mackerel. That is what I'm adding to my lamb. So you can introduce your precursor if you also love to put in garden eggs or any other vegetables like okra. This is the point that you can bring all those in. I didn't add precursor or iodine fruits because I'll be storing some in the freezer and I want to maintain its natural flavor. Okay, but if you are a lover of it and it's like a one-off or you don't mind, you can drop some in there. And this is our soup looking all beautiful, cooking well. It's almost done. So just taste for salt. If the salt is not enough, you can add a bit more. It's advisable to always add your salt towards the end of your cooking so that you don't end up with a salty soup or stew. And here we are, our soup is almost done. Let me know in the comment section what you will be pairing this palm nut soup, Abenkwan, or Banga soup with. I'm taking this with fufu. Thank you and God bless you. Bye y'all, and see you in my next video. Bye bye. I love you. Cheers.